Oh, you dropped him. It was literally on the hook for you and you dropped.
So at the moment we're hanging out at Gippsland for a while, which is where I originally come from. So we're checking out all the local areas today, and we've come across Tarra National Park. I've never been here before, and we've just come across the picnic area, and it's such a beautiful drive through Tarra Valley. And at this picnic area, it's just Fern Valley. Have a look at the ferns, like you can see them behind us, and here's this nice little creek. Look at it. It's funny how when you're younger you take things for granted and you don't check out places like this, I guess. And now you learn to respect it, and it's beautiful. Hey, Dale,
Yeah.
how nice is it in here? It's
Yeah,
just
it's beautiful.
the ferns are amazing.
There's just thousands and thousands of ferns.
This is lovely. Look at the moss on these trees, on the ferns. Sorry, it's like it's weird. It's like carpet on a fern, isn't it? It looks unreal. We hopped back in the car and started out making our way from the spectacular Tarra National Park. I wanted to take Julie to a couple of places I'd remember going to as a kid, so we headed to Port Albert and Port Welshpool. Both these places are used as fishing ports and have their own beauty, well worth checking them out. At Port Albert we stopped to have some great fish and chips and a nice walk along the boat jetties, and some memories of fishing and playing around this little port as a kid come flooding back. And when we got to Port Welshpool we found two jetties, one where I proved how well I go at fishing, and the other was a great walk and found it had a lot of history and its own unique features.
There it is.
In the water for a bit.
Just bring him up.
They get bigger as they go.
Yeah, one sec. Yep. Bring him up.
Oh, you dropped him. It was literally on the hook for you and you dropped him.
I told you, I can't catch fish the same way. If somebody even puts it on the hook for me, I can't catch it. So now we've come out to a place called Port Welshpool. Just come across a nice young kid catching some squid off the jetty. Give me a go. And as I've always said, I can't even catch a fish if somebody puts it on the hook for me, and that's just what happened. I just proved it. But anyway, they've also got the long jetty. Looks like it's got a lot of history to it, so we've come out here, have a bit of a look.
As you're walking down the jetty it starts to curve and it almost ends up like a right angle to the shore, and we just had a bit of a read on the notice boards, and they reckon that there's a lot of channels. It's quite shallow in this sort of bay and there's deep channels, so they had to curve it so that the bigger ships could come and moor against the jetties. So yeah, I think that's why it's so long and curved.
Yes, and it's the only curved jetty in Victoria.
Yeah.
Full of information.
So we ended up in Victoria, staying at Scott's brother's place for a few weeks. Spent Christmas and New Year with family. Then we hung out and just chilled out at Sea Sprayed Caravan Park, just to unwind, no filming, just relax, enjoy the beachside town. And now we've just come to Lake's Entrance and we're actually on a walk to the entrance. Apparently there's maybe seals there, so hopefully we get to see some.
So yeah, we've based ourselves at Lake's Entrance for a few days. We've just come out for the walk out to the entrance, which I believe is a man-made entrance, hence the name Lake's Entrance. And the Lake's Entrance is part of Gippsland's lakes, which is apparently the biggest lake system in Australia now. So So we've just sort of come out for the walk, but there's a fair bit to do in Lakes Entrance. You've got the aqua park, the blow up aqua park, and they've got the rides and stuff in, being the school holidays, lots of eateries, a few pubs, and we've just come out across the walk bridge and come out to the entrance walk to have a look. It's about 2.5 k's to get out here, and then you head back. There's a few ways you can go back along the beach, back along the track we just come on, or at low tide we're going to try and go along the calm side of the inlet. And I knew I wouldn't get them on the GoPro, but we did just see some seals playing around
swimming
in
the middle here, just down there.
So yeah, we'll go down and have a close look, so we can get a bit of a better view, but it's a lovely little walk. We're just hanging out here, and this cruise boat just come do some tours come through. There's some seals across the way which we can see. You probably won't get them on the GoPro. And then all these birds just started taking off and flying around everywhere. Hundreds if not thousands of them. Can you see the current with the birds just getting washed out at this entrance? It's pretty ferocious. They just sort of sit there and then just wash out, fly back in, wash out. I don't know if you can see the seals are just out there. Just coming back from seeing all the seals and the entrance and going along the boardwalk. We chose to, because we got low tide, we chose to come along on the calm side. It's quite pretty. We've got all the fishing trawlers and everything like that out there to have a look at, and just really calm and quiet. Bit of an easier walk along here too, and the sand's nice and hard. So if you do come along here, low tide's the best time to come across here. A few little spots we just had to hop into the water, but it's a lovely walk. So we've left Lake's Entrance and we've come to hang out at a place called Mallacoota. So we're just having a little bit of a look around today, and this is like the jetty and the boat ramp, and then there's a few beaches to go and check out. But it's now the sun's come out, it's a beautiful little place, eh?
Yeah, it's right on the New South Wales Victorian border.
Yeah, so a little bit windy, but we'll check it out, see what it's all about. So this is Bastion Point. You just walk out past the boat ramp a little bit, there's a bit of a boardwalk there, and it's a perfect spot. It's a lovely little rocky outcrop. Loving the little pools that you could go have a dip in. A little bit chilly for us, but if it wasn't for that wind, I reckon I'd get in. But it's turning on the goods. It's lovely, all the different little rocky outcrops. But it's a lovely place, just outside of Mallacoota. Hopefully you can hear me for the moon, but you can just see where all the water is worn through the rocks, and it just leaves this nice little formation. I just can't get enough of these places. It's unreal to just come out and have a look, and every single one is different, and then you find little crabs and stuff in the little rock pools. Bloody awesome, gotta say. Love this travelling, Bizzo. It goes alright. We've now stopped at Betka Beach, having a look around. There's a few little walkways. Apparently they've made some paths and stuff. We won't be doing them today, but there's some nice little walks you can take along here. But we're just coming for a stroll along the beach. And I probably should mention where we're staying at Mallacoota. It's at the caravan park there, and apparently it's the biggest caravan park in Australia. So, and it is big. You walk forever around. It'd be perfect to have a bike to just be able to ride around on your bike. But we've got some family staying there as well, and they're sort of at one end of the beach, at one end of the caravan park, and we're at the other. So you definitely know the size of it when you're walking from one end to the other. But it's a nice caravan park. It's a good place to stop.
So this is a geological location where three oceans meet together. It's the Pacific, the Southern and the Tasman. So it's very turbulent waters.
They reckon that yeah, you get some massive seas and it just, yeah, it's ferocious. And when there's a little sign there, and when they had the Sydney to Hobart, there was actually 5 boats that were out there that sunk, and I think there was about 6 people died as well, and that was the Sydney to Hobart in '98. So it does get rough out there. Didn't even know it existed, this place. We just thought we'd stop in and have a look, eh?
Yeah, it just had a sign that said geological points. So we thought, oh yeah, we'll have a look. And yeah, that's quite amazing that we've got the three oceans joining together.
So this one's the trail to Secret Beach, but we're going to call it the not so secret beach because there's about 20 cars up at the top, and then you come up to some stairs, you walk down the stairs, and now we're coming through this trail. What'd you say, Dale? And there's signs saying Secret Beach, so it's not so secret. We found out why it's called Secret Beach, because it's a secret on how to get back out. You literally got to try and find the little track to get out here. There you go, Secret Beach. It's all good, we found it. We thought we were going to be stuck here forever. Now we've stopped. It's basically the end of this little road of all the beaches that we're checking out. It's called Shipwreck Creek. Now, from the sign we read before where all the three oceans meet, I can see why they call it Shipwreck Creek. I'm guessing there was lots of shipwrecks around in this area. But
so this area here is a national park, and you can camp. There's only about, what, how many?
5. There's 5
camp spots. Very a lot of trees. So if you're chasing solar, I think that would be a problem. But very bush surroundings, pretty. Maybe for a long weekend it might be doable, but any longer I think you'd be chasing the sun.
Yes. And you've just got to get onto Vic Parks, national parks, to book the site. So, but easy drive in as well with the vans. You can get in there with the vans pretty easy. Just got to go slow. It's just a gravel road, that's all. But yeah, check it out.
I was staying at Mallacoota, and we thought we'd do a bit of a drive up north, just over the border to New South Wales to Eden for lunch, and then we've come back to this lighthouse on the way back to Mallacoota. We're still in New South Wales.
Cape Green Lighthouse.
Cape Green Lighthouse. It's a really cool drive-in. Gravel, very well maintained. You could do it in a 2-wheel drive. And now we're just on a boardwalk, and it looks like you can stay at the old cottages here at the lighthouse, so that would be awesome to come here for a weekend and stay in an old cottage surrounded by the ocean. So yeah,
Telegraph station.
Just got all the old buildings from the lighthouse.